For most Americans, buying a home feels like the biggest financial step toward building wealth. You get the keys, you start making the monthly payments, and you tell yourself something comforting. At least I'm building equity. It sounds responsible. It sounds smart. And honestly, it's what almost everyone believes. Your mortgage payment feels like a forced savings plan. Instead of paying rent to a landlord, you're paying for your own house. Month after month, year after year, you assume you're slowly owning more and more of your home. But here's the part almost nobody clearly explains. The way a mortgage is structured in the United States creates an illusion that makes homeowners believe they're building ownership much faster than they actually are. Because in the early years of a typical 30-year mortgage, the majority of your payment isn't buying your house. It's paying interest to the bank. A lot of interest. In fact, many homeowners are shocked when they check their mortgage statement after several years and realize something strange. They've paid tens of thousands of dollars, but their loan balance has barely moved. And this isn't a mistake. It's exactly how mortgages are designed to work. According to data from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the payment structure of long-term mortgages means interest dominates the early years of the loan. That means the bank gets paid first. Your ownership grows later, much later. This is why some homeowners make payments for 5, 6, even 8 years and still owe almost the same amount they originally borrowed. Meanwhile, the bank has already collected a massive amount of interest. And here's where the illusion becomes even more interesting. Two families can buy the exact same house in the same neighborhood. Both can have a similar mortgage. Both can make the same monthly payment. But over time, one family builds serious wealth from their home, while the other unknowingly sends hundreds of thousands of dollars to the bank in interest. Same house, same payment, completely different financial outcome. The difference isn't luck, and it isn't income. It comes down to one small detail inside the mortgage that most people never think about. Once you understand it, you'll never look at a mortgage payment the same way again. If you enjoy clear, practical conversations about money and investing, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Kane Invests. This channel is all about understanding how money really works in the real world. And stay with me, because later in this video, I'm going to show you the one quiet detail inside your mortgage that determines whether your home becomes one of your best financial assets or one of the most expensive financial mistakes people make for 30 years. Now let's talk about the reality many Americans experience after buying a home. You close on the house, you move in, you start making that monthly mortgage payment. Maybe it's $1,800, maybe $2,400. In many cities today, it's even higher. Every month, that payment goes out automatically. And psychologically, it feels productive. You feel like you're doing something smart with your money. You're not renting anymore, you're building equity. At least, that's what most people believe. But after a few years, something interesting happens. Some homeowners decide to check their loan balance. Maybe they log into their mortgage account, maybe they look at their annual statement, and that's when the confusion starts. They think to themselves, wait a second, I've been paying this mortgage for 5 years. That's over 60 payments. I must have knocked a big chunk off the loan by now. But then they see the number, and it barely changed. Imagine this. A couple buys a home for $400,000. They put 10% down, so they borrow about $360,000 on a 30-year mortgage. Their monthly payment might be around $2,200, depending on the interest rate. After 5 years, they've paid more than $130,000 to the lender. That sounds like real progress, but when they check the remaining loan balance, they might still owe over $330,000, which means after sending over $130,000 to the bank, they've only reduced the loan by about $30,000. For many homeowners, that moment is shocking because the assumption was simple. More payments should mean much more ownership, but mortgages don't work the way most people think they do. The structure of the loan shifts the majority of interest payments toward the beginning. So in the early years, the bank collects a large share of the profit first. Your equity grows slowly in comparison. This isn't a conspiracy. It's simply the math behind how amortized loans work in the United States. But the result is something most people never expect. Years of payments can pass before the mortgage truly starts working in your favor. And this financial reality is why some Americans feel like they're working incredibly hard just to stay in the same place financially. They're making payments. They're doing everything responsibly, yet their actual ownership in the home grows much slower than they imagined. And once you understand the structure behind this system, something important becomes very clear. Your mortgage payment is not just a payment. It's a carefully designed financial schedule. And that schedule determines who benefits the most in the early years of the loan. To understand why this happens, you have to understand one word that most homeowners rarely think about: amortization. Every standard mortgage in the United States payments follow something called an amortization schedule. And this schedule quietly controls how every single payment gets divided. Part of the payment goes toward interest. Part of the payment goes toward the principal, which is the actual loan balance. But here's the key detail. That split is not equal, not even close. In the early years of the loan, the majority of your payment goes to interest. Only a small portion goes toward reducing the balance. Then slowly over time, the balance shifts. More of your payment starts going toward principal, less goes toward interest. But that shift happens very slowly at first. This structure is built into the design of long-term loans. The reason is simple. Interest is calculated based on the remaining balance. At the beginning of the loan, the balance is the largest it will ever be, so the interest portion is also the largest. Let's say someone borrows $400,000 at around 6.5% interest on a 30-year mortgage. In the first year, a huge portion of the monthly payment is simply interest on that large balance. As the balance slowly drops over time, the interest portion gets smaller. That's when more of the payment finally starts going toward the loan itself. But here's the surprising part. In many 30-year mortgages, homeowners may pay for nearly half the loan term before the payments really start attacking the principal aggressively. That's why the early years can feel financially slow. The bank collects interest first, your ownership grows later. According to historical mortgage amortization tables used across the US lending industry, the tipping point where principal starts dominating payments often happens well into the life of the loan, which means many homeowners spend the first decade mostly servicing interest. This is the quiet math that creates the mortgage illusion. You're paying every month, but the progress toward ownership moves slowly in the beginning. And once you see the numbers laid out, you start to realize something powerful. A mortgage is not just about the payment amount. It's about how that payment is structured over time. And that structure changes everything about how wealth is actually built through homeownership. Let's look at a real example that makes this crystal clear. Imagine a family in Texas buying a $450,000 home. They put 20% down, which is $90,000. That means they borrow $360,000 on a 30-year fixed mortgage. Let's assume the interest rate is around 6.5%, which is close to where mortgage rates have hovered in recent years according to data from the Federal Reserve. Their monthly principal and interest payment comes out to roughly $2,275. So every month, they send about $2,275 to the bank. Now, here's what most people assume. They think a big portion of that payment is going toward the house itself. But the numbers tell a different story. In the very first payment, about $1,950 goes to interest. Only about $325 actually reduces the loan balance. That means more than 85% of that first payment is interest. Now, fast forward 1 year. After 12 payments, this family has sent the bank over $27,000, but their loan balance has only dropped by roughly $4,000. The rest went to interest. Now fast forward 5 years. They've made about 60 payments. They've sent the bank around $136,000, but the loan balance has only fallen from $360,000 to roughly $332,000. That means about $108,000 of those payments went to interest. That's the mortgage structure most homeowners never see when they first buy a house. The payment feels like progress, but most of the early money is paying the cost of borrowing, not the house itself. And this is exactly why many Americans are surprised when they try to sell their home after a few years. They expect a large chunk of equity, but when the numbers are calculated, the ownership portion is much smaller than they imagined. Now, to be clear, this doesn't mean buying a home is a bad financial decision. Real estate has historically been a strong long-term asset in the United States. According to the Federal Housing Finance Agency, home prices in the US have increased significantly over the past several decades. That appreciation is where many homeowners actually build wealth. But the mortgage itself? The mortgage is designed primarily to make sure the lender gets paid first. If you're finding this breakdown helpful, take a second to like the video and subscribe to Kane Invests. This channel is all about understanding how money really works behind the scenes. And in the next part, we're going to talk about something powerful. Because once you understand this mortgage structure, there are a few simple strategies that can dramatically change how fast you build equity. Before we go further, take a quick second to like the video and subscribe to Kane Invests if you enjoy practical money insights like this. It really helps the channel reach more people who want to understand how money actually works. Now here's the good news. Once you understand how a mortgage really works, you can start using a few simple strategies that dramatically change the outcome. Most homeowners follow the default payment schedule for 30 years. They make the minimum payment every month, and they let the amortization schedule run exactly as designed. But that schedule was built to stretch the loan over 3 decades, which means small changes can have surprisingly powerful effects. One of the simplest strategies is making extra principal payments, even small ones. Because remember, the problem in the early years is that most of your payment payment goes toward interest. But when you add extra money toward the principal, something interesting happens. You directly reduce the loan balance. And when the balance drops, the interest calculated on that balance drops too. That means future payments start attacking the loan faster. Let's go back to our earlier example. A $360,000 mortgage at around 6.5%. If the homeowner adds just $200 extra toward principal each month, the results become very different. That small change could shave several years off the mortgage, and it could save tens of thousands of dollars in interest over time. Another strategy some homeowners use is making one extra payment per year. Instead of making 12 payments annually, they make 13. Some people do this by splitting their monthly payment in half and paying every 2 weeks. Over a full year, that bi-weekly schedule results in one additional payment, and that extra payment goes almost entirely toward principal. Over time, that speeds up equity growth significantly. There's also something else many financially savvy homeowners focus on: refinancing when interest rates drop. If someone originally took a mortgage at a higher rate and later refinances into a lower one, the interest portion of the payment shrinks. That allows more of each payment to go toward the actual loan balance. Of course, refinancing depends on timing, closing costs, and interest rate conditions. But historically, millions of Americans have used refinancing to lower their total borrowing costs. The key idea here is simple. The default mortgage schedule is not your only option. It's just the starting point. Once you understand how the structure works, even small adjustments can shift thousands of dollars away from interest and toward ownership. Here's the deeper insight most people miss about mortgages. The real wealth from homeownership usually doesn't come from the payment itself. It comes from time and from appreciation. Historically, home prices in the United States have trended upward over long periods. Data from the Federal Housing Finance Agency shows that U.S. home values have increased several times over the past few decades, even though there are short-term ups and downs along the way. That appreciation is what quietly builds wealth for many homeowners, not the early mortgage payments. Think about it this way. If someone buys a home for $400,000 and the property value grows just 3% per year on average, after 20 years, that home could be worth over $720,000. That growth happens whether the owner is aggressively paying down the mortgage or simply following the regular payment schedule. In other words, the house itself can grow in value while the loan slowly shrinks. And when those two forces move in opposite directions, home value rising and loan balance falling, that's when equity really begins to accelerate. This is why long-term homeowners often see the biggest financial gains. Not in year 3, not in year 5, but after 10, 15, or 20 years. However, this also explains why buying and selling quickly can sometimes be financially disappointing. If someone buys a home and sells it only a few years later, they may not have built much principal yet. And when you add in transaction costs like agent commissions, closing fees, and moving costs, the financial gains can shrink even more. This is one reason why many financial planners often say homeownership tends to reward patience. The longer the time horizon, the more powerful the combination of appreciation and equity growth becomes. But once you understand this, something important changes in the way you think about a mortgage. Instead of seeing it as a simple monthly bill, you start seeing it as a long-term financial system, one where timing, strategy, and patience matter far more than most people realize. And when you finally see the full picture, the mortgage illusion becomes very clear. The monthly payment feels like the main engine of wealth, but in reality, the payment is just one piece of the system. The early years mostly service interest, the middle years slowly build equity, and the later years are when the loan balance finally starts dropping faster. Meanwhile, the real financial power often comes from something happening quietly in the background: time in the housing market. As home values grow and the loan balance shrinks, the gap between the two widens. That gap is your equity, and over long periods, that equity can become a powerful financial asset. But understanding this structure changes how smart homeowners think. They don't just focus on the payment, they focus on strategy. They understand how interest works. They look for opportunities to reduce the principal faster. They pay attention to refinancing opportunities when rates change. And most importantly, they think long term. Because the biggest mistake many Americans make is assuming the mortgage automatically builds wealth on its own. In reality, the mortgage is simply a financial tool. How you use that tool determines the outcome. Some homeowners quietly build hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity over time. Others spend decades paying interest without ever fully understanding how the system works. The difference often comes down to knowledge. Once you understand the math behind the mortgage, you start making smarter decisions. And that's when homeownership can truly become one of the strongest wealth building tools available to everyday Americans. If you want to go even deeper into this topic, the next video you should watch on Kane Invests is about how paying just a little extra on your mortgage can save you tens of thousands of dollars in interest. Because once you understand that strategy, you'll start looking at every mortgage payment in a completely different way.